For more fairy tales and to support this page, please follow and subscribe. New story is added every week.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. She had hair as black as ebony, lips as red as roses, and skin as white as snow. Her beauty was renowned throughout the land, as she possessed a kind heart and gentle soul. Snow White's mother, the queen, passed away when she was just a child. Her father, the king, married a new queen who was strikingly beautiful, but also incredibly vain and wicked. This new queen had a magic mirror that she would consult every day. She would ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" And the mirror would always reply, "You, my queen, you are the fairest one of all." As Snow White grew older, her beauty surpassed even that of her stepmother. Enraged by this, the wicked queen ordered her huntsman to take Snow White into the deep, dark forest and kill her. The huntsman, unable to harm the innocent princess, let her go and warned her to never return. Lost and frightened in the forest, Snow White stumbled upon a small cottage deep in the woods. Inside, she found it to be the cozy home of 7 dwarfs. They were named Dog, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, and Doopy. They were initially startled to see a beautiful princess, but then she told them her story and they welcomed her with open arms. In return for their kindness, Snow White looked after their home. The dwarfs soon grew fond of Snow White and they all lived together in harmony. Meanwhile, the wicked queen discovered that Snow White was still alive when her magic mirror declared once more that Snow White was now the fairest in all the land. Filled with jealousy and hatred, the queen devised a wicked plan. She transformed herself into an old hag and, with poisoned apple in hand, sought out Snow White. One day, while the dwarfs were away, the disguised queen came to the small forest house and offered Snow White a bite of the poisoned apple. She claimed it would make her wishes come true. Snow White, trusting the old woman, took a bite and fell into a deep, death-like sleep. When the dwarfs returned and found Snow White lifeless, they were devastated. But there was nothing to be done. They placed her in a glass coffin, and every day they would visit her and weep for their beloved friend. One day, a prince from a neighboring kingdom was passing through the forest. He came across the glass coffin and was captivated by Snow White's beauty. Overcome by sorrow, he gently kissed her. The power of true love's kiss broke the curse, and Snow White awoke from her deep slumber. She and the prince fell in love instantly, and he asked for her hand in marriage. Snow White accepted, and their joyous wedding was celebrated throughout the kingdom. As for the wicked queen, her jealousy and evil deeds finally caught up with her. When she learned of Snow White's happy ending, she attended the royal wedding in disguise. However, her wickedness was exposed and she was punished for her crimes. Snow White and her prince ruled the kingdom with kindness and love, and the 7 dwarfs remained their dearest friends. They all lived happily ever after, and the story of Snow White and the 7 dwarfs became a legendary tale of love, friendship, and the triumph of goodness over wickedness.